PTSD does not have to be permanent, and it needs to be said. And as your favorite mental health specialist, I'm going to talk about it. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. It has to be slightly dramatic because it's December and I want to switch things up. But with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, if what I'm saying is not in alignment with you, then it's not for you. You don't have to force it, okay? As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. For the month of December, because we're coming to the end of 2025, now is the time to evaluate and to stand firm on what it is that we want to experience for 2026. In order for you to become the greatest version of yourself, you have to be present. But in order for you to even be present to become the greatest version of yourself, you had to have gone through certain things in your life, which means you have to have a past. So our past, our present, and our future is only different based off of the choices we made or the choices that we're not making. A lot of times we have suffered, we have struggled. And also too, when we struggled and we suffered, we weren't as wise. We didn't have the wisdom. We didn't have the knowledge. We didn't have the experience. We didn't have the finances. That was the lesson that you were meant to experience in your past. Sometimes in life, you do have to experience things to learn. That's not the only way to learn. And the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that it's so much more to life than struggling and suffering, because that's all they've been accustomed to, like dysfunction and confusion and corruption and chaos. Like when I talk about positivity and healing and uplifting and these things, a lot of people who have never experienced that reality think I'm insane, and I'm not. And that's the same thing with you. Like when you've gone through a significant amount of trauma and people have not, they're not going to be able to relate to you. So this is going to be a relatable video, motivational video, but just a friendly reminder that it is okay that we all have a past. It is okay that we suffered at one point of our time. But speaking from experience, you don't have to continue to live your life like that. That is the purpose of this video. That is the purpose of this video. Like, if you're new here, you need to watch all the other videos. I have over 500 videos. You need to catch up. Okay? But it's like, there's nothing wrong with us. Once we identify that, unfortunately, we did go through some traumatic situations. And in order for the PTSD to not be permanent, is to, number one, acknowledge that you suffered. You cannot be embarrassed or ashamed to talk about you being touched on inappropriately at an early age. You cannot be afraid to talk about you being in poverty. You not having running water or electricity or having to live in a shelter. Like, we have to talk about these things. Everybody wants to talk about healing and mental health. Let's throw it all on the table. No skeletons in any closets. That's how PTSD doesn't become permanent. You have to speak up. You have to be vulnerable. The second thing you need to be aware of in order for PTSD to not be permanent is to allow yourself to feel. If you grew up in poverty, of course you're going to feel upset and angry, having to worry about if you have enough money to get gas, or if you have enough money to buy personal hygiene, or if you have enough money to eat. Like, why would that not make you feel some type of way? A lot of times too, the most people who have traumatic situations or gone through traumatic events have never been told or shown or taught how to regulate their emotions. And I know, because I've had to figure it out myself, you guys. That's why I created this platform. Like, I went through a lot of things, and it's not to invalidate or to sweep under, but it's just like, we'll talk about me in a second. We need to get back to you, but it's just like, we got to make it make sense. We're not going into 2026 with the same energy. I'm not. And if you choose to be here, because you're not here just to see me. If so, you can follow me at Tiana Newbold. That's my other social media platforms. If y'all want to be in my business, y'all can go follow me over there and see what I do. But over here, we're talking about peace, positivity, light, and abundance, and being that girl, being that guy, and not being angry and frustrated. Okay? It's about to be 2026. We're only going to get older in life. And now is not the time to be angry and bitter. Like, I'm telling you guys, the longer it takes for you to be vulnerable and for you to validate your feelings, which was the second thing, I didn't get lost of track, okay? I'm just switching up the vibes of the video. The longer you're gonna suffer. So number 3, you have to realize that you have to validate your emotions by seeking assistance. There are gonna be moments where you have to purge. There are going to be moments where you're isolated. There are going to be moments where people and places and things are going to be removed. People are going to die, okay? Like, this is for the grown, mature audience. So if you don't happen to be grown and mature, send it and share it to somebody who is. Grown and mature is not a race, age, or gender. Technically on YouTube, I believe you have to be like 18 to 21 legally, okay? Hey YouTube. Hey Google. But in general, this is for the mature folks. My content on this account, like I said, is mature. Anything else, that's a different topic for a different day. But it's like, we have to be mature. We have to realize that we're going to have to be isolated. People and places and things are going to change. We have to man up. We have to warm it up. We have to be responsible. We have to be accountable. That's how PTSD is not going to be permanent. Until we realize that, you know what? I made certain choices at the age of 5, 20, 30, and maybe I didn't know any better. Just start by saying that. If you feel so embarrassed and you're too ashamed to say what has happened to you and you know you're not ready, just start off by saying, I didn't know no better. I didn't know. I wasn't taught. I wasn't shown. I don't need to be embarrassed. Nobody can make me feel bad about anything I've had to go through. Because it's not funny. It's never been funny. And I'm telling you guys right now, every single person on this place, this earth that we live on, this universe, all right? Every single one of them has been dealt 10 times worse anything they wished upon me, or has died, like I've stated. I am not somebody you want to play with. People have to learn that the hard way. And that's the same thing with you. Grown people go through real things and they talk about it and they're uncomfortable. They seek therapy. They go to God. They go to the ancestors. They go to the universe. You have to figure it out. If not, you're going to feel like, oh, there's something wrong with me. And then you have people diagnosing people, which is sick, because there's multiple ways to make money. And I'm here to call it out. It's all tea, all shade. You could still be a doctor and prescribe people medicine that is going to help them, not make them feel addicted or rip them off. Because that's another thing. This world is corrupt for some and it's positive for others. But a lot of people who are having to deal with this trauma and PTSD have been exposed to the corruption. So that's all you know. That's all you know. Everyone around you didn't do healing, or they went through trauma. And a lot of times in communities, people don't allow you to express yourself or communicate because they weren't taught and shown. So if your mom and dad weren't taught and shown how to communicate or express themselves and heal, and then they have you, and same thing with them, their grandparents and your grandparents, it continues to be a cycle. We're not continuing that cycle in 2026. So the whole purpose of this video is that we have to make choices, and that's the 4th thing. Do you want to better yourself? If not, don't keep watching these videos. Don't waste your time. And that's the same thing with me. You have to value your time in order for you to do better. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how many times you went through things. But until you talk about these moments, until you're isolated, until certain people and places and things are being removed out of your life, until you're sitting with your God or the ancestors or the universe, or you're going to therapy and you're crying and you're journaling and you're figuring it out and you're talking about it, you will continue to stay still. A lot of people have been paralyzed, because that's what the paranoia is. Mentally, psychologically, consciously and subconsciously. All these evil forces, it's an energy, it's a vibration. Fear is a vibration. Envy is a vibration. Or a spirit, whatever you want to call it. Whether you're a scientist, atheist, religion, spirituality, we're not here to force that. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I don't talk about those things. You guys know what you believe in, and we can't force people to do what they want to do. They're either going to do what they want to do or they don't. So if it's for you, like I say, it's for you. If not, go about your business. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, because I'm getting older. And as I get older, as I become more mature, as I become more wiser, that's all I do. I talk about how I feel. We say what we need to say. We address it. And we're going to live our life. And we're going to take our time, because that's the beauty of life. Because like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, if we're still here, we're going to overcome these moments. Like, a lot of times, once again, when you don't learn how to communicate or express yourself, or you don't have community, you will feel like you have to live in your past, or you have to have resentment towards people, place, and things. A lot of times when people are traumatized, it's when they're innocent. If we're being completely honest, like, a lot of people are traumatized at an early age, unfortunately, because you don't have adults, you don't have grown people. And I consider myself to be your favorite rich auntie. That's why I said, if you guys want to follow me anywhere else, that's what that's about. As a rich auntie, I don't see a lot of real rich aunties. And being rich, being wealthy, you guys, has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with money. Like, you don't have people really out here trying to lead by example. So I feel like if I'm gonna sit here and yap on this internet, and people are going to be watching what I'm saying, what I'm doing, it should be impactful. And that's the same thing with you all. And that's all I'm asking. If you're choosing to be here and you're choosing to watch these videos and you're choosing to subscribe. Now, if you're not subscribed, I mean, you might as well. But, like, if you're going to be here, let's be for real. There's nothing wrong with us. You just need to chat. You just need to talk. So I'm challenging you, when you watch this video and all the other videos that you watch, because it's like, when are you going to take the time? You keep saying, oh, I want this. I've been doing what I need to do, honey. And I started over, I stopped, I paused. I'm still getting to where I need to be. This train, one monkey doesn't stop the show, okay? Like, I'm still doing what I need to do. And I'm going to get to where I need to be. And I'm going to get there when I'm supposed to get there, okay? But it's like, you're not going to be able to move or get there when you need to get there if you don't take the time for yourself. Like, you're going to have to take time. If you don't, like I said, have a support system. Like, if you don't have friends and family and everyone else around you is like, they're traumatic, they're traumatized, and they're not willing to seek assistance or therapy or get like a psychiatrist or a therapist or a guy, whatever, you're going to have to separate yourself. You're going to have to do what you need to do. You're going to have to let people talk. You're going to have to let people say what they want. Distance yourself. You need to just continue to work on bettering yourself, because it's only 24 hours in a day and the time is going to go by regardless. The time is going to go by regardless. Like, but it's like, don't continue to suffer from mindsets and behaviors that you need to outgrow. So if you're ready to do that, let me know what you guys been going through so we can come up with solutions. If not, book your service and your session. It will be in the description, as well as follow me on my Instagram and on TikTok. I will be going live addressing those things and just breaking that down. And if you guys want a part 2, let me know, because I have solutions already. Okay, we're here to solve problems. I'm not here to be angry or bitter or have resentment towards myself or others, when the past is the past. And the sooner you can let it go, as soon as you can work on your attachment issues, your abandonment issues, your communication, your commitment issues, as soon as you realize, how certain things affected you, how it affected your mindset, your emotions, your finance, what you said, what you didn't do, what you had to learn, improve, you can move forward. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be scared forever, because everyone in the world is not bad. A lot of times we experience bad people, places, and things because we're not being the greatest and the best version of ourselves. So with that being said, I love you guys. Thanks for watching.